Traders, how are you guys? Sorry, I was on mute there. How's everyone doing? It's Tuesday. Our usual Sit on Your Hands podcast. Yeah, how are we doing? So who have we got in the house today? We've got, as always, Colin. How are you, mate? Good to be here as well. Thanks for joining us and always a regular on the show. Who else have we got in the house? Whilst we're doing that, I hope you guys have had a good week so far, or certainly a good week last week. Brett, the main man, Brett, I absolutely loved your video on pivots. And so for those of you who don't know, Brett has done a really, really good video on pivots, right? Daily, weekly. And I just finished watching them, and it certainly helped me understand things a bit more. Brett, I was actually talking to one of our professional traders, Adrian, about pivots a few days ago. So when your video popped up, I was like, right, this is perfect. So Adrian also is in our VIP Discord, and he's been talking a lot about, personally with me, about the pivots and how that supports him in decision making. It's certainly not the only reason you would take a trade, but it adds confluence to your trade. So, Brett, lovely, mate, really well done, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Denny, how are you? Good day. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good week as well so far, Tuesday. So today we don't have a guest, but that's okay. That's okay. We thought we wanted to sort of focus it in and around a prop firm challenge, which I'm going to update you on. It's been a fascinating journey so far, and I'm going to share with you really quickly how it's been going. So, Brett, no, mate, anytime. It is absolutely brilliant. And guys, for those of you who haven't joined us yet, please join our Discord. I'll share the link. I don't know if anyone's able to share the link for me. It would be great. Have a look. Please join our Discord. There's a free members Discord where, again, we share lots of different ideas and we talk through different things. And, you've got lots of different traders, same community, really like-minded, and all about, what's happening for the week and different ideas we share there. But we also have the VIP Discord, and there's 3 traders in there, 3 professional traders. You've got Tom, of course, who is the host, and he also, shares his entries, his stops, his TPs, and you name it. And you've got another 2 traders who are absolutely fantastic. Of course, they're losses, like in anything. We're not trying to pretend we hit all of our wins and we share those. No, there are definitely losses in there. But I'll tell you what, there are more wins than losses. Absolutely. So who else have we got in the house? John, how are you doing, mate? You're right. It's good to see you, man. Really, really good to see you. And I'm loving what you guys have been doing. You and Brett doing some really cool stuff together as well. How's everyone been? How's your week been? Has there been any sort of psychology issues? Any sort of blocks mentally? So for those of you who tried the M3 method, how's that been going? Yeah, just share, please. And if there's any questions, please let me know. Please let me know. Brett, I have to check out your video, mate. You absolutely must check out Brett's video. For those of you, it's in the VIP section, unfortunately, but it is fantastic. Really good content. Breaks it down nice and simple for us. And yeah. Cool. John, again, always good to see you. So, guys, I wanted to share with you a couple of things. So, as you know, or you may not know, I'm doing a 50K challenge with My Flash Funding. So currently, I think we have a deal on with them where you get up to 25% off. I might be wrong, I might be right, but just check that. And they've been brilliant, right? We met them. Blake is the CEO. I hosted him here. Fantastic guy. Really nice show. Really nice, sort of company he's building, and the community over there absolutely brilliant as well. I've also interviewed one of his traders, and that was really, really cool. Jordan Diaz, and that went well. And I'm doing a 50K challenge. So I wanted to talk you through how that's been going for me and just sort of get your feedback on it, your ideas. Are you struggling with anything, whether it's a challenge you might be doing or in your trading? Cool. What have we got? Right, so let's get into it. So as you can see, where's the dashboard? Let's go. So I'm looking to the right because my other screen's to the right. So guys, unfortunately, the equity, as you can see, started at 50K up here. And I am just over 2% down, $25 to, over the 2% mark. So 2% down on the challenge. So as you remember, or you may not, I'm risking 1 to 2, so 1% to gain 2, so 2 to 1. I know some of you do 1 to 1, which is absolutely fine. And if I can show you, okay, cool. So I don't show you my account details in case you hack me. I'm just joking. So unfortunately, guys, I'm down 2%. It is what it is. I want to talk to you about how I feel about that in a second. It's still active, and the number of trades I've taken is 3 trades. So let's have a quick look. Okay, as you can see, there was I took a buy in Euro USD, 5 lots. That actually went up into profit, shifted it to break even nice and early, which I wasn't meant to do. And I said I wouldn't, but I did. So that's the first rule I broke. It came back in, stopped me out, and then ran to TP. Absolutely frustrated. The other two, so look, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. And have any of you ever suffered with anything like this, right? So I started the challenge and I was like, right, okay, great. Right, I'm ready. I've got my strategy. There's only 2 strategies I use, right? 2 really simple strategies that I use. And I think Tom talks about this a lot. And certainly the guys in the Discord know this is how we sort of trade. But simplicity, Simply Forex is the name of the channel. But simplicity in trading is where the power is, right? I know there's different sort of techniques and strategies that people use. ICT sounds a bit scientific at times when he speaks, but at the heart of what he teaches is simple, right? And Tom as well. So anyway, started the challenge, was ready. Didn't see my setup on the first day. Didn't see my setup. And then I saw in a Telegram group, and an old Telegram group that I'm in, I saw someone who's a Forex trader say, I'm only trading the euro dollar and the pound dollar, right? And this guy was talking about what's the first trade on the 24th? Okay, so here we go. So he was saying, he's selling the euro dollar. So I looked at it and I thought, I don't see my setup. But something in me made me take the trade. And I can't tell you what that was. And the question I have for you is, has that ever happened to you, right? So where you enter a trade off no confluence whatsoever. You might have been influenced by something, but you've just entered a trade randomly, right? You think you've seen something perhaps, or you didn't. So anyway, I entered that trade, and as you can see, I was down. I was down on that trade straight away. Let me just quickly check in before I move on. Brett, yeah, okay, cool. Brett, Kev, are you taking Tom's trade? I was speaking to Tom, and I said to him, mate, I want to do another challenge, separate challenge, and not anytime soon, probably in the new year, where I take. So the challenge will be based around Tom's calls, right? So where whenever Tom puts in a call, I enter the trade based on that and make sure the risk is 1 to 1, as he does. 1% of the overall account, but I'm definitely something I'm looking at in the new year. And this is not just to be blindly copying Tom to make money. No, this is just to test. If I was to just copy trade Tom, how would that work out for me in a prop firm challenge? But it's something I'm looking at for next year. It's a really good question, Brett. So this is interesting, man. Like you've done that in the past. Have you done it recently, Brett? Have you had any issues where recently you've entered a trade and there's no confluence? So it certainly is not part of your strategy. I'd be interested to know if that's happened to you. John, you have from some external influence too often. John, is that also happening to you recently, or is that more in the past? It would be interesting to know, guys. So look, I think, like I said, with this particular trade, really silly. I saw something in the Telegram group, looked at it. I was like, absolutely not. Looked at the chart, couldn't see my setup, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to jump in this. This guy is quite popular on Twitter. Let me just jump in and enter the trade. And as you can see, it stopped me out. And the second trade that I took here was a similar thing. I'd missed my entry, right? Missed my entry. Waited. I had a phone call coming up with a client, and I really wanted to get into the market. It wasn't FOMO. I can't say it was that. It was more, being annoyed that I wasn't at my screen at my desk at the time when I should have been. And I entered, and again, it no setup, and completely stopped me out. Completely stopped me out. Absolutely silly. So, guys, I'm 2% down. I'd be interested if you have any advice for me in the sense of how do I, forget the wins and the losses, but how do I handle it from here? How would you handle it from here? If you were 2% down on the prop firm challenge or in your account, how would you handle the comeback or, the mental side of things? And there are a couple of ideas that I have that sort of I wanted to share with you. But the other thing I want to share just really quickly, can you see that? Okay, cool. I think you can see that, right? So just really quickly, I want to talk to you about, let me see, hang on. Can I go now? Okay, cool. So check this out, right? Okay, hang on. Okay, cool. So as you can see here, I was in a nice flow, right? And I was driving my daughter to school around about here somewhere, right? So I was absolutely following my strategy. Things were great. So I journal everything, as you can see. And I was doing really well. My strategy's working. And here is the day I was driving my daughter to school in the morning, and I said to her, there's no way I'm going to go on a losing streak, right? I said, there's no way I'm going on a losing streak. I'm doing really well. I'm really confident. Things are going well. I became really arrogant, and look what happened. And this is based off not following my strategy at all. So again, not my usual setup. Above EMAs, H1 not confirmed 100%. And then I also stopped journaling here as well, right? So as you can see, I've gone on an absolute losing streak from the point of being over arrogant, overconfident. Has that ever happened to you as well? It'd be interesting to know. So anyway, cool. Let's have a quick look. Wait. What's this? Okay, so quickly, John, I still do it. Okay, cool. Interesting. Brett, no, I always check my setups now, and I've had no ask. Yeah, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've had mine this week, I tell you. So, do you trust your strategy? If so, stick to the plan, not change when. Yeah, definitely, mate. 100% need to stick to it and not mess about with what you know that works. And I've back tested my strategy over and over. I've also got advice from a couple of professional traders that I work with just to sort of see what their thoughts are on the strategy I use. And they're like, look, mate, if it works, it works. And you can see it in the back testing and the forward testing, and do it. So John, with my new algo, which is just about finalize. It's like running with new trainers, laces not. Okay, makes a lot of sense. I like that analogy, mate. So when do you think you'll have those laces done up, mate? Is the question, right? Okay, cool. Now I'm spending more time tying them up, finalizing. Okay, cool. So here we are, 2% down in the challenge. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about, we're going to keep this nice and sort of short and sweet, but is how did I feel here, right? So with this one, I would say I felt really frustrated and disappointed in myself for taking a trade that had nothing to do with anything I know, right? Just blindly following someone who I haven't even sort of seen on Twitter for a while, or I was actually deleting my Telegram accounts that I was following. So lots of frustration there and disappointment. This one, I would say a bit of anger, you're right? I felt a little bit upset, quite angry that, again, I'd missed my entry, forced something that I thought I saw, didn't see it. And yeah, really, really frustrating at the time. How do I feel now? I feel okay, absolutely fine. 2% is not the end of the world. especially from risking 1 to 2. So the game plan moving forward is the same, which is you see your setup and you take it. We're trading EU and GU only. And hopefully next week, Tuesday, I'll be back to tell you that, forget if I've, hit a winning trade or not, but at least I've taken a trade based on my strategy. So I wanted it to be as transparent as possible. I was going to sort of pre-record these and sort of release them, but I was speaking to the editor, the mysterious editor, and he suggested with Tom that we do this live in a sense of how things have been going. So that's where we are, guys. We're down 2%. 2 silly trades. Currently, we would be sat at minus $15 if we had just taken my my only trade based on my strategy, and that's okay. So, how's everyone feeling? Do you have any thoughts? Any sort of advice you'd like to give? Let's have a look. So, I found when I increased my lot size for the first time, I have a habit of losing the first trade. What's that all about? That's interesting. Okay. That's really interesting. Is that still happening now? John, travel laces and they come undone. Mental, get them in the way unless you're tired of not and discipline. That's true. Or what if they were laceless, John? I wonder how that would be. What time frame are you doing your analysis on? So it's the daily 4 hour and 1 hour for entry. But remember, those 2 trades I took, there was no analysis. It was just blindly copying someone. I don't mind blindly copying Tom. He's got some good trades. He's had some bangers recently, but again, that's not the whole point of this. The whole point of this exercise is to do a challenge, record it, and tell you exactly what happens. And I hope some of you who have done challenges and some of you who have done challenge or maybe about to do some, learn something from this, what I'm sharing, some of my silly mistakes and my, I just want to be transparent. Look, it's silly. It's ridiculous. There's no discipline in those 2 trades, a bit of anger and so on. But I'm not trying to hide it from you. I wanted to share it with you and absolutely be honest and say, look, this is absolutely crazy that I would do this, especially on a 50K challenge, right? So what else have we got? Colin, you're too kind. I don't know about that, mate. Sometimes I think like I am waffling on a bit, but I do enjoy coming here on a Tuesday and spending time with you guys. And we will have guests in the future. It's just, we've got so many people, that we have reached out to, and we're trying to sort of get them on, and some of them are different time frames, so it's a bit difficult. So we thought we would sort of share this with you. But thank you, Colin. I absolutely love that. Good afternoon, Othman. Oh, mate, I hope I've said that okay. Good afternoon to you too, sir. Cool, guys. I think that's it. I don't have Brett. Hang on. I've done a challenge, but I'm looking to talk to you. Yeah, mate. Maybe we can do one, as you said, great minds, where we just do it based on the Tom's calls, just to see what that's like and to see how we fare with something like that. But guys, if you don't have anything else, I just wanted to say I hope you have a good week. Christmas is coming. And I will be doing a session on your 2024 planning, right? So how do you plan for 2024? Lots of clients right now. I'm busy in December working with so many different clients on planning their new year. There's a technique that we use and we strategize and so on. But I'll be going through that template with you. Maybe if not next week, Tuesday, the following week, we'll go through that if you are interested. So what does your 2024 look like? And right, let's get some strategy down for the goals for next year. What I would say to you for 2024, you want to have no more than 3 to 5 goals, ideally 3. And we break them into family, business, and personal. So that's coming soon. Yeah, so before I go, a couple more things. John, I'll come on when I'm ready. That's good to know, John. Happy to have you on. And Brett, that'll be good. So guys, before we go, please hit the like button. I hope you've enjoyed today's content. Again, it's just sharing an update as to where we are with our challenge. Please subscribe if you haven't done already. And if you have, thank you so much. The YouTube channel is growing so quickly, which we're so grateful for. Discord, join us in Discord. The general one's free. And again, nice community. Join us on the private Discord, the VIP section if you want to, and if you can. yeah, please just keep turning up to these, and we really appreciate everything you've done so far and being part of the Simply For It community. Big shout out to my Flash Funding for, I think we have a competition running currently, which is really cool. And there's a discount if you sign up with our link below. And just quickly before we go, so Colin, you want to have 3 sections: family, business, and personal. And under those 3 sections, just list down a few things that you have in mind for next year, and we'll talk through those. And we can plan and strategize in terms of how you can have one of each. But initially, you want to have a few things in each of those sections. And Brett, thank you too. Thank you all. And I'll see you soon. Have a good day and a good week. Cheers.